Phobic Philip goes to the therapist.
There once was a boy named Phobic Philip who was afraid of everything, and I mean everything. He was afraid of spiders, thunderstorms, cleaning, needles, and beautiful women. But what he was most afraid of was water, hydrophobia. The very sight of water made him cry. He couldn't wash his hands. He couldn't take showers, and especially go outside on a rainy day. This phobia manifested when he was just 5 years old. His big brother threw him into the pool, and he didn't know how to swim. But one day, he said enough was enough, and he saw a therapist named Dr. Desensitize. Dr. Desensitize walked him through steps to slowly fix his hydrophobia. Dr. Desensitize gave Phobic Philip a test called the anxiety hierarchy to find out what scares him the most, the first step of systematic desensitization. He asked Phobic Philip to rank his situational fears of water from lowest to highest and list them. Dr. Desensitize showed Phobic Philip a picture of a waterfall. Phobic Philip began to cry. Dr. Desensitize asked, "Why are you afraid? There's nothing to fear." Phobic Philip listened to Dr. Desensitize and began to relax. After repeating therapy sessions, Phobic Philip could look at pictures of waterfalls. But then, Dr. Desensitize brought in a bucket of water. Phobic Philip began to breathe heavily as his heart rate rose and began to tremble. Dr. Desensitize asked him, "What is the worst thing that the water could possibly do to you? There's no need for such irrational thoughts." Dr. Desensitize said, "I feel we are ready for the second step of systematic desensitization, relaxation. I want you to lay back and listen as I pour the water from one bucket into another. Relax and breathe slowly, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relax your muscles." Phobic Philip began to relax and listen to the doctor's voice as he relaxed his muscles. He felt the weight of his body lighten. He began to feel as if he were a feather. They continued this way until Dr. Desensitize felt that Phobic Philip was ready for the final stage of systematic desensitization. In the third and final step of systematic desensitization, Phobic Philip imagined his surroundings with different elements involved. Dr. Desensitize taught Phobic Philip to work through the anxiety hierarchy, learning to remain relaxed while imagining each stimulus. He first imagined a single raindrop running down his arm. Phobic Philip was surprised. He was still calm. Next, he imagined a small cup of water sitting in front of him on a table and him reaching forward to drink it. He imagined the ice condensing on the cup and how well the water tasted. After he conquered the small cup of water, he imagined his final battle, the pool. But as he did, the cause of the phobia returned and he began to panic. Phobic Philip stopped his meditation to focus on concentration on how harmless the water really was. After regaining his composure, Phobic Philip tried again and again and again to imagine the pool of water. They continued this exercise for several weeks until Phobic Philip could go through all the stimuli without hyperventilating. 3 weeks after completing therapy, Dr. Desensitize took Phobic Philip to the public pool. He helped Phobic Philip slowly ease into the water. He dipped his toe into the water and cringed, but continued to submerge himself. Dr. Desensitize cheered him on with encouraging words.
Yay!
Phobic Philip was cured. A few weeks later, every weekend, when the weather was nice, Phobic Philip, now known as Phil, can be found at the public pool with his friends playing in the water. The end.
Ding.